This is a 2017 Jetta GLI. Bada bink.
Is your leg in front of me? Is your leg on the wrench?
What's up, you guys? I'm Ashes. Thanks for coming by for another video. Today we are going to be changing the spark plugs on the Jetta GLI. So without further ado, it's going to be a pretty quick process. Let's just get right into it. All right, you guys, this is a 2017 Jetta GLI. Does have the 2-liter turbo. First step we're going to do is obviously take this cover off. All right, you guys, so pretty simple today. Here's the tools we're going to be working with. I got a 5/8 Duralast spark plug tool, or socket I should say. Got ourselves a nice 10mm with an extension. Not really necessary. The extension's not necessary, but you will need a 10mm. And I do have a Schwabin coil pack clip tool, or you should just it's a coil pack removal tool. If you don't have one of these, you'll just have a little bit of harder time getting the coil packs off. I just bought one of these because I own 3 cars that have these clips and my fingers were paying the price, so I just ended up getting one. Actually gonna be using it for the first time today. Other than that, obviously the new plugs is what you're gonna want. And with that is, the plugs I got today are the Bosch double platinums. This is stock GLI, so we're just replacing it with some factory spec. And yeah, let's get started. And don't forget to stay hydrated. All right, guys, first things first, go ahead and take your 10mm and crack these nuts off. You know, and if you have a magnet handy, that would be helpful. If not, just try not to drop these. I've dropped one, and I'm pretty sure it's still in the bay of my S3 somewhere. So gonna be careful not to drop those. And got your ground wires. So I'm gonna go ahead and take all 3 of these off right now. Man, Roxy is always just taking herself on a walk, man. Come on, baby. You being good? She likes hanging out with Dad out in the garage, huh? Let's go. All right, guys. Once you get all your ground wires off, you can crack your ground bolts out. And these are just gonna be, they shouldn't be too tight at all. They should be no more than like 10 Newton or 10 foot-pounds of torque in here, so they should be pretty easy to come off. As you see here, if they're not easy to come out, you might have a bigger issue at hand. So you just saw me loosen all those, and I know it is pretty dusty. I'm gonna go ahead and clean these coil packs off while I have them out, and maybe spray this area down. But I'm gonna take these ground bolts out, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, ground bolts are out. I went ahead and popped 2 of these off. But from after they get the ground bolts out, you're gonna wanna take your clips and remove them from the pack itself, and then we'll pull those packs out. So whether you have this tool or not, honestly, this tool isn't that helpful. I mean, it is, but with this in the way, it is what it is. But I got 2 of them off already. I just wanted to add this clip in, and so yeah, you may or may not struggle with these. Maybe you get them off easy, but I'm gonna get these other 2 off, and then we'll be on to removing the old plugs. All right, you guys, once you get the coil packs removed, you are gonna need an extension for this one. Put your 5/8 spark plug socket in there. Just go ahead and crack these bad girls loose. It shouldn't be that tight either. Just enough to get the crush washer crushed. There we go. So I'm gonna loosen all these, and like I said, if this isn't easy for you, easy, I mean by that as like these spark plugs coming undone, you might have a bigger issue, but these should all just come undone. And go ahead and thread these out, and once you have all of these out, we'll put the new ones in. All right, we got the plugs out. That's what they're looking like. These honestly could be factory, you guys. I'm not even kidding. So with 45,000 miles on this car, It's a 2017 GLI. Well, we're gonna go ahead and change those out. Weren't having any issues, but you know, it's good to stay ahead of the issues on these things. And go ahead and, like I said, cleaning off this, making it look more like that. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna plug those holes and then clean off the head of this motor here, because it is dustier than heck. So while I clean these up, all right, with everything cleaned up a bit, we're gonna repeat the steps that we just did with our new spark plug in place. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and rethread 4 new plugs in here, guys, and make sure when you tighten these, just enough to crush the washer. Nothing more, nothing less.
Nothing more, nothing less.
So if you want to be the torque spec guy, I'll go ahead and put the spec right here on the screen. But this is what I'm doing. I'm getting it tight, and I'm giving her one almost half turn past that. Bada bink.
Is your leg on the wrench?
This guy's making fun of what my leg's doing. Don't worry about it. I'm a very tall human. 7'7". Okay. We'll half turn, bang. I've already snugged these down, just giving them their half turn. Get that washer crushed, bang. This one, click. Nope, click. Okay, there you go. All right, it's never a bad idea to keep your coils in order so you know which cylinder they go to when you put them back. I've never mixed up the cylinders or for the coils, but better be safe than sorry. So putting these back, slip them in the hole. You know, circular things into circular holes. Very simple here. And once you get all these back in, we'll apply some clippage and some voltage. All right, getting our ground bolts in. Like I said, on these two, these are gonna have less torque than the spark plugs, but still not a lot. About 10 foot-pounds on these ones. So just get them in and make sure your coil packs are nice and seated. And we'll go ahead and get the ground wires secured with the nuts. But first, let us click. Allow some clicky parts here. All right, before we do that, we'll go ahead and click all of our packies in. Click, click. Get a little click on this one.
I got a new torque wrench that the second you get the torque spec, it just goes
click. I hate you. All right, once you got your clicky things clicked, we can start securing our grounds with the nice nuts. And go ahead and make sure your ground surface is nice and clean. You don't got any crusty, dusty, musties on there either, so like that. And if you want to go ahead and grab another 10mm open end, you can hold this bottom ground so that your cords don't twist when you torque this top nut down, and they will, so be careful. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the other 3 with some torque, not much, just enough to snug, and that will basically finish up this job. So what I do, because I'm lazy, is I just stick a finger in between this and the pack, and I'm able to tighten it with no twisting, bending of the cord itself. So these are all nice and tightened. Let's see if she starts. All right. Everything's good, guys. No Christmas tree. I think we did it. Excuse the dirty face. These gloves have not been washed, and every time I give her a nice wipe, leaves me a good one. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you. My God, my face is so dirty. Thank you for coming and stopping by. If this helped you at all, I'm glad. Leave a like. It helps me a lot. But yeah, stay tuned. Subscribe if you enjoyed, because I post a lot more content like this. So let me know. All right, I had to wipe some of that off. I couldn't even take myself seriously. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Please subscribe, like if you enjoyed. This should go good for GTIs, Jettas of the same generation with the 2-liter, even the 1.8Ts. Audi obviously has 383. So yeah, this should go across the board for kind of a lot of the VW fam. So if you enjoyed this, let me know. Subscribe to the channel. I have other videos with my Audi S3. Gonna have some videos coming soon of my Mark IV GTI. So yeah, with that being said, guys, take care. Till the next one. Couldn't have done it without your help, huh, baby? That's a good girl. Say goodbye.